Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Tuesday, November 26th, 2024. And your new Trends Journal's coming out soon. And here's the cover. Yep. U.S. vetoes UN resolution to cease fire. Yep. Biden, keep the genocide going, and we'll keep giving you the bombs for the slaughter. That's right. And again, we write about it in the Trends Journal, how the United States vetoed it last week, the only country that did so. And again, today, it's reported that there's a ceasefire. United States President Joe Biden says Israel and Lebanon have accepted a U.S. proposal to end the devastating Israel-Hezbollah conflict, setting the stage for a halt to nearly 14 months of cross-border fighting that killed thousands of people. Yeah, thousands of people in Lebanon, but they don't mention that. In a televised address from Washington, D.C. today, Biden said the truce would begin at 4 a.m. local time on Wednesday. And then you go to Haaretz in times of Israel, and Israel is bombing the shit out of Beirut before this thing is finally agreed to, or it comes into agreement. And it goes on that the agreement did not relate to the ongoing Israeli operations in Gaza. Now, keep slaughtering those Palestinians. The horror of what's going on there, the genocide, it's heartbreaking, heartbreaking, heartbreaking. So that's the cover of your magazine. And this is Netanyahu's comments today. Citizens of Israel, I promise you victory, and we will achieve victory. Heil Netanyahu! We will complete the task of obliterating Hamas. Yep. Obliterating Gaza as you bomb it into ruins. And we will bring home all our hostages. You could have done the hostage deal. You don't care if they're living or dead. The war will not end until we realize its goals. And he goes on. But here's the important part that I want to get to. In more of Netanyahu, absolute these achievements are a source of awe and admiration across the globe. Yeah. And they're projecting Israel's might throughout the Middle East. You're bullying little countries. Lebanon, 5.7 million people, a country the size of Connecticut. Gaza, the size of the city of Philadelphia. They don't have jets. They don't have planes. They don't have bombs. They don't have tanks. You're bullying. What Mideast power? Here's where it goes. First, the head of the octopus, Iran. We destroyed major parts of Iran's air defense system and missile manufacturing capabilities, and we demolished significant components of their nuclear program. I am determined to do anything needed. I am determined. You are only little nobodies. I am determined. This is the fucking shit spewing out of the mouths of politicians. It's only about me. I'm little Andy Cuomo, locked down. I'm Godson Gavin Newsom, locked down. I'm one piece of shit after another. I'll tell you what to do. Anyway, I am determined to do anything needed to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. Yeah, only Israel could obtain nuclear weapons. And they only got between 200 to 400 nuclear warheads. And that's okay. Hey, they're the Israelis. God's chosen people said you could have the nukes. It's right there in the good book. Chapter 6, Section 8. That threat has always been my top priority and is even more so today when you hear Iran's leaders state over and over again their intention to obtain nuclear weapons. For me, removing that threat is most important mission to ensure the existence and future of the state of Israel. In Gaza, in other words, the war is going to escalate against Iran. In Gaza, we dismantle Hamas. Yeah, anyway. In Judea and Samaria, we are taking out terrorists. We are destroying terrorist infrastructure, and we are operating all of the terrorist strongholds. Isn't that nice words? Oh, Judea and Samaria. Oh, yeah. Biblical fucking bullshit. It's West Bank Palestinian land that you're stealing and killing the people and demolishing everything in violation of the Geneva Convention on Article 242 of the United Nations. Hey, but who cares? Not the United States, because again, look at the cover of this week's Trends Journal. Yep. Biden will keep genocide going and we'll keep giving you bombs for the slaughter. That's right. So anyway, that's just part of it. And now, of course, we go on to the economics. And we'll go back into that. We got whole sections here on what's going on in the Israel war. It's disgusting. The Dow, the S&P hit new highs. Yep. And the word is that the Fed's going to have gradual rate cuts. Gold went down over $100 yesterday. It was a big fall. But today it's up a bit, and gold is back to 2,633. It's still one of our top trends for 2024. Was a golden year for gold. When we wrote that article on January 2nd of this year, gold was selling at $2,041. So it's up almost $600. So it's still a golden year for gold. And again, where it goes, it's we write about it in the Trends Journal, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. And Bitcoin, it's only down to 90, fell down from almost 100,000 to only 92,126 bucks as we went on the air over here. And it's still bullish on it. And again, we write a whole introductory article here in your economic update. And there's an article in this week's Trends Journal that you are not going to want to miss. And it's by Gregory Mannarino, Sleeping with the Enemy. Again, it's not what you like, what you want, what you wish for, what you hope. It's what is. And we have our guest articles write their concepts of what is going on and what it means. And there's a big article in here about cryptos that has insights from Gregory Mannarino. Again, not what you want, what you wish for, what you hope. It's what he sees it as is. And I really recommend you read this article. And again, in our whole economic update, we say it's a whole new economic game, and how it's played and who will win is, at this point, a guessing game. By their gambling deeds since the re-election of Donald Trump, the street sees very happy times ahead for the U.S., while much of the world's nations, as we detail in this and previous Trends Journals, see more economic downsides ahead. So today, Trump said that he's going to increase the tariffs on China 10%. And he's going to impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico. The loonie took a big hit today. It hit its lowest since the depth of the COVID war, the Canadian dollar. So, and then you got to read Trump's post of what he keeps saying, which we put here. And we don't know where this is going to keep going, because then we write about the people that he's put in the major positions, the Treasury Secretary and on, and what they're saying about tariffs and what they're going to do. So right now, it's the trends aren't clear, but we're clear about this. We believe that the equity markets and the U.S. economy are going to remain very strong or build strength this year under the Trump administration. He is going to do everything he can to prop up the economy. Everything. And one of the things is lowering interest rates. And again, the feds gave a hint, well, we're going to be gradual on it, but we're going to be doing it. They didn't say they don't know. And that's very, very important. So we have this thing that the U.S. debt level is going to spike because of the tariffs. And will they cut enough government jobs to equalize it out? These are a lot of ifs that you don't know. So nobody can really call it, but we're calling it as we see it. And as we see it right now, it's on the upside. The Wall Street Journal published this article today about what they reported in Open Secrets about all of the money coming in from the billionaires to both parties. And then you look at the money that came in from the crypto club into the Trump administration. So we're positive on it because, as we say in the Bronx, money talks, bullshit walks. And the money's doing all the talking. They control the government. Again, what's the numbers? Kamala Harris got like what $2.2 billion, and Trump got what, $1.2 billion. $1 billion. That's still, it takes $1 billion to run for president in this country. But again, the facts are all there to see where it's going. And at this point, we're bullish on the markets, we're bullish on gold, and we're bullish on Bitcoin. And where oil's going to go, Brent crude is still weak. They're going to cut back. OPEC said they're going to cut back production and keep it down. But the Israel war is really what's going to do it. And ramping it up, the Lebanon war, that was only a tiny part of it. The big issue is what's going to happen with Iran. And then again, we have the economic update and the whole article on the tariffs. What segments of the economy are going to go up under the Trump administration? Which ones are going to go down? And what's going on with the consumer price index, U.S. business activity, factory activity. And on the global economic front, again, this is like about 110th week or something of when the economy falls, jobs go with it. And no one's reporting. They report little pieces, and the big jobs, the high-paying jobs are going down. And again, whole sections here on what's going on in the auto industry, what's going on more with the EVs, consumer facing with companies that are facing problems with sales, and the bigs keep getting bigger. Whole section on the Israel war, featured guest article by Judge Andrew Napolitano, Biden's lust for war, featured guest article by Phil Giraldi, A Week from Hell. And this is a very important article. It was a good, wonderful friend, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, former Assistant Treasury Secretary under Ronald Reagan, spoke at one of my conferences here. Matter of fact, he wrote this great article back in 2014 in the Trends Journal. Yeah, see how happy that guy is over here? That's the United States overthrowing the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych in 2014 in Ukraine. And Paul Craig Roberts' article is Washington is driving the world to the final war, and Ukraine presented the perfect opportunity. Writes all about it in detail. Has an excellent article in this week's Trends Journal that you're not going to want to miss. It's very, very important, very informative, and it's Will Washington Destroy the World? You're ramping up this war. And featured guest article by Colonel Douglas McGregor, former colonel. Trump in the storm of the century. What's going to happen there? He should have been picked for defense secretary, not the clown that they picked. Featured guest article by Dr. Joseph Mercola. U.S. government hired PR firm to push COVID shots for kids. And again, we gave all the data as this was happening. But I can't talk about it because we'll get blacklisted because you're not allowed to talk about COVID. So we're not going to say a word about it. And, You can read about it in the Trends Journal. Please subscribe to the Trends Journal. We're doing everything we can to give you the best we can, the very best we can. And we need your support. The more subscribers we have, the more we can do to help bring life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness back. And what else do we have? Oh, divide and conquer. Political riptides threaten to overwhelm the nation. Article by John and Nisha Whitehead from the Rutherford Institute. And what else? Oh, trends in technocracy. What's going on, this techno thing, this AI, whole section on AI. And again, Joe Duran's the technocracy man, the synthetic devolution, AI, decline of humanity. You could get these on, look them up on Amazon, Joe Duran. We're giving you what nobody else is, and everyone's dedicated to doing the best they can that work for the Trends Journal. Whole section on trends in geopolitics. Fire away. France gives Ukraine the green light to fire Scout missiles. Estonia wants to build up the military. Estonia, a little fucking country and nothing. You got this clown shithead defense secretary shooting his mouth off like they're going to be fucking tough fighters. Where they got less than 2 million people living there. You got more people living down the block than I used to live in New York. In Estonia. Anyway, Biden keeps escalating Ukraine war. Yep. And a whole section on the presidential reality show. The mandate that wasn't. Trump's win was not as crushing as it appeared. Again, only the facts and only the data. It's all there. Kamala Harris was so unpopular. And that was the real reason. And again, she lost a lot of the Latino vote, the black vote, the women vote, because it's a no vote voting for her, and they knew it. So a lot of them turned to Trump. Trends I view, nearly 3/4 of adults in the U.S. are considered overweight or obese. Yep. Eating ultra-processed crap. Yep, heartbreaking. Trends in High-Tech Science by Ben Davis. Trends in AI, a whole section again by Ben Davis. Trends in AI by Joe Duran. We're giving you everything we can. And don't forget, tomorrow, Salenti and the Judge Andrew Napolitano. Again, nobody like him saying what he does and does what he does as a man that respects the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And again, we're giving you what we can. Well, we're hardly getting anything from the mainstream media. This is the front page of today's Wall Street Journal. Look at this big thing about, look at this stupid fucking picture here. Turkey and pardons on White House menu again. What am I, 6 years old? This is the business section from the Toilet Paper Record, Sunday, $6. The Wall Street Journal, $5 a day, $6 for the Sunday edition. Look at this stupid picture and look what's inside. The broken promises of a table tennis Olympian. What the fuck do I care about this shit? Look at this, one page after another. Big pictures and stupid fucking bullshit. Look at it. And look at it. Nothing. Nothing. We're giving you everything. So support the Trends Journal because we're supporting you. It's the only magazine in the world where you get history before it happens. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.